guess what I've been up to? I guess you can't guess. I will have to show you. So I'm really excited to show this. I just have to start with this. I have got a few turtles in my lake. Actually, there are 5 turtles. Oh, and 4 salmon. They all seem to be collectively swimming over there. I also put in some seagrass wherever the hair is on the face. I do think it adds a lot of life to this lake, and it was actually my first experience ever hatching turtles, and I was super excited about it. So yeah, that is one of the things I've been up to, but it does make this lake look a lot more lifelike and not just this boring stone thing that it used to be. So that's one thing I've done. Now let me go show you the other thing, if I can make my way over there. Some of you might know that I have been streaming quite a bit building this forest. It is not done yet, but we can walk through the parts that I do have done. I still have quite a bit to go, but look at how it's looking so far. You walk through here and it's just trees as far as you can see, or it's supposed to look like it's as far as you can see, really. It's just this really tiny area. But we can turn up here, and this leads up to where our iron farm is. This is the part I'm still working on doing. I still have to fill in the trees all in this area and add some extra vegetation and rocks and whatever little things. So we have our iron farm here. You've seen this before. Back here, I also added a creeper farm, which is my first creeper farm I ever made. Oh, and we just got a creeper. That's actually really surprising because this is a very unreliable creeper farm. It is bare minimum. Actually, let me see what I've gotten. I don't have very much, and that was like with AFKing for one whole night. Another one just fell. I guess I'm just really lucky to see those right now because normally when I come up here, there's nothing. Yes, I do have a really small creeper farm. I think it's enough for all of my needs. I don't need a super big one, so it works. I just found another cat. I need to go get this. It's a white one. I don't have a white cat yet. Need to sneak up on it very quietly. Don't surprise it. They sometimes spawn close to my iron farm, so I always keep fish handy, just in case. There it is. Don't scare it. It's coming this way. Maybe not. Maybe if I chase it and like land on top of it, I can eventually feed it. There, we got him. All right, you're coming with me, and let me set you somewhere safe. I do have a couple of cats, but I don't have any white ones yet, so this is good. You, kitty, can sit right there. So now that I've showed you my creeper farm, before I actually get into the main thing I want to build, I did have an idea for how to clean this up because right now you can't see anything. It's just a mountain with a hole in the side. So over here, how I have the glass and you can see the iron golems spawning and falling. Well, over here, I think I'm going to do the same thing, at least for the falling, have some glass where you can actually see the creepers falling, just so it has something to look at so you know that something is there. So it's not just a mountain. I did want it to be hidden, but since we have this iron farm looking like this, it wouldn't matter if we had a creeper farm that kind of matched that same style. So that's what we're gonna do. All right, now the problem is this shaft is pretty far back into the mountain. It's quite a ways in there, so it's probably going to be inset a lot, or we could get creative with how we do this. I don't know. Let me just see how far back it is first. Okay, wow, this is how far back it is inside the mountain. So this is probably not going to look very good. I guess it will be fine though. Let's just dig out the mountain, and if I really don't like it, I can just cover it back up. And just like that, the digging is done. That was fast. And I have added a little bit of an arch to it. Not much. It's a very narrow space, and I actually don't mind it being deep into the mountain because when you're straight in front of it, you can't really tell. I do see there's a little bit of dirt back there that we need to clean up, but I think for the most part, I'm just going to put a row of glass back here. It doesn't have to be full blocks of glass. It could be these glass panes just because I have them and I need to use them up. So I think I'm just going to start by filling in this whole back area with the glass panes. And then I think I'm going to use some mossy cobblestone just to line some of the edges. First, let me get this filled in though and see how it's looking. All right, we've got our glass in place. This looks a lot bigger out here when you're standing here. I just need to figure out where I'm going to be able to put this mossy cobblestone to line the edges. I guess we could just do it on the outside edge here and just remove some of this dirt. Maybe that's what I'll do, because you won't really be able to see it on the inside. I don't think the inside walls matter as much. So we'll just worry about how it looks on the outside. And there we go. It actually looks pretty good, and I just got a cool idea. First, we need to work on this doorway. I think we could give this some mossy cobblestone entrance too. And I think we need to mix in some stairs and other things into this. Let me go ahead and get some more materials. Let's try covering this floor with something different, like slabs. I don't know what this is gonna look like. We're just going to try to texture it up a little bit. Now the other thing I wanted to try is just add a hanging light here for no reason other than it would look cool. So we've got the center. Do I want to put it farther back? We'll put it one block farther back. We'll make this go as far down as this will go. I have 9 fences, so let's see if 9 is too far down. Oh, it might be about right there, and a lantern right there. And let me see what that looks like. Okay, it looks interesting. Oh, I did forget I was going to mix in some stairs too, so let me go back up there and do that. So I think we need to put some stairs on these edges to smooth it off a little bit. We could even add some extra detail like that. I don't know if we want to put more detail farther down or if we just want to leave just to the top. Let's try adding a little bit of extra detail. All right, let's try just 2 more on either side like this, just to add a weird, interesting pattern. I don't know if that looks good. That does add a nice little detail to it. I don't know if I like the stone on the inside now that I'm looking at it, but I'm honestly happy with it as it is now because it looks a lot better than it did before. Okay, job well done. I'll work on the entrance later, or this path that goes up there. Now I think I should actually go work on the main thing that I was going to do for this episode. Now that we got that out of the way, I can work on this building project that I had for the village. I was going to do a large building up here, filling up a lot of this mountain and possibly a couple others back there in the mountain, I don't know. And then we also need to fill up this whole area with trees. I don't know if the trees are going to happen now, but at least we're going to get the building up, at least the exterior. I don't know about interior. I'm just so bad with interiors. But we're at least going to get this building up. I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be some kind of town hall, something like that. But I did design it in creative this time, so I actually have a plan. Somewhat. I have part of a plan, because I didn't design the whole building, just part of it. But at least that will help me as I get this built. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and time-lapse it, because I have a lot of terraforming to do, a lot of digging, and then just in general building. So I'll be back with you after that. I'm actually really pleased with how this building turned out. I think designing it a little bit in creative did help me a bit. It wasn't exactly as I had designed it. I did have to make a few tweaks, but I think it looks pretty good. And I still don't know the function of this building. It's just another building for the sake of having a building. I do believe though this diagonal window is my favorite part. Oh, let me show you what I've done inside. So I still need some interiors, but this is another room that I've put back here. I would have made it wider, but I wanted to make sure that that window was centered, so this is what we ended up with. But I do have some ideas. First of all, I have to put in a little doorway here, and I had an idea for what to do with this. So I'm just going to do stairs on either side and then trapdoors down here, and this will add a little bit of a wall here too for these trapdoors. And then we're going to put a fence down the middle, and it will kind of look like that window, I think. And I think it looks like a nice doorway. It might look better if that wasn't oak, if it had spruce up there, but that's fine too. And then back here in this room, of course the torches are going to go away. But I think what we're going to do here is just a few pillars, columns. I was wondering if I was going to have something go up to that window, but now I think it's just going to be an open window, and there isn't really going to be a second floor in here because I wanted it to be big and open. So we have some walls. Let me see if I can have my scaffolding. And we'll just make these columns go all the way to the top, however tall this is. I might need to get more walls, honestly. So this is gonna go all the way up to here. That's pretty tall. And we'll do that on all of them. And let me see how that looks. That looks good. I think that will work well. I could even mix in some other types of walls, or maybe I'll use andesite walls instead of stone brick, just because we're using it on the floor. And I don't know why, it just looks weird to me to be using it for these columns. So let me try that real quick. I guess I do like that better. At least it kind of stands out from the floor a little bit more. Maybe we should use a different base block. Oh wait, I have an idea. What if we put a stone one at the very bottom and then went to the andesite? I actually like that better, and maybe I'll do the same at the top. Well, no, the top is fine. We'll just do it at the bottom and do one stone brick and then it goes into andesite. I wish I had a block that was in between this size and this size, and then it would be perfect. But, I mean, I could use iron bars, but sometimes those are too skinny for big columns like this, so we're just gonna go with the two different textures. That looks fine and dandy. Now, as far as lighting in this room goes, I haven't decided if I want to put a hanging light, like a chandelier, or if I just want to keep it with natural light. Now, if you see up there, that is a trapdoor that is on the ceiling, or the roof, I should say, of the house. And I have one of the blocks punched out because it's letting in natural light, and I'm trying to decide if I want to leave that natural light coming in, or if I want to just put in some kind of chandelier. It kind of looks weird though to have the one hole there, so I would have to punch out... I'd probably have to put a stair there. If I wanted to keep that, I would have to put a stair and then punch out these extra ones. Actually, let me try that. Do I have a stair? I do. Let's go up here and try this. So if I punched out these two... Okay, that's gonna mess up things. Let's get rid of this. I do have an oak wood. We can put... Whoops. We can put... I'm so confused. What is what? Okay, there we go. We can put this here, strip that. Then in one of these spots, we can replace that with a stair to kind of transition it up. All this shift clicking is annoying. So then these three trapdoors here are letting in some natural light. And it's a great way to hide it actually, because you just walk in and it's really bright, but you honestly can't tell unless you're really looking where it's coming from. I actually like that. I still might add a chandelier just for looks, but I do like to have the natural light too, so that during the day it's really bright, and I think it looks good. Now we have this large open wall right here, so I was thinking about trying to do something with my banner that I've been putting everywhere all over my base and in this area. What if I did a few banners here? So I'm just going to play around with these. It looks like I need some light blue instead of cyan. That doesn't look bad. It adds something. And I don't know about if we want trapdoors anywhere in this room. Actually, let's just move on to the other room while I'm thinking about this room. Now in this room, I think what I want to do is some kind of dining area, or that's the first thing that came into my head, like a large table of some kind. I don't know how to do it though because it's going to be on a diagonal. I could very easily just use scaffolding for the table since it will be on a diagonal, but it's going to be very, very tight quarters here. Like you won't be able to put chairs in here, but you could put a table. I don't know if that's going to look good or not. Let's just try it and see if we like it. That might be too big because it's really taking up a lot of space. Let's just make a really small one like that. And then we could put something on top of it to make it look like a table, either carpet or trapdoors. Well, you know what? If we have those trapdoors there, then we don't need all of the scaffolding here. We just need scaffolding wherever the legs appear. So let's just put scaffolding on either end, like so. And that can be our table. It's kind of hard to get it to fit, but that's our table. It's really, really tight. I don't normally do really tight spaces like this, so I don't think I'm going to be adding any chairs. Maybe we could put some chairs along the wall, or I don't know. Let's see what we can do. One chair here. This is the wrong spot. One chair right here. And then we could do another chair maybe over here in the corner. Let's see, where did that door go? So one there. That might work all right. All right, we got our chairs and our table, and I think for sure I do want to have a light above this. So let's find this. Oh, there is no center. Well, we'll pick a center. This is our center. Not really, but we'll say this is our center, and voila, just a simple lantern. I don't think it needs to be really fancy for this room. And then we have all of this space to fill in. I'm not sure what I want to put over here. Maybe bookshelves, or I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Maybe this could be like a big meeting place, so I'd assume they'd have shelves of books and other things. I'm thinking inset bookshelves would be nice, so let's remove some of these and put some bookshelves back here. I also did get an enchanting table if we wanted to put that somewhere. What if we put that inside the wall and we can cover up that obsidian with a trapdoor? So we've got our book that moves, I guess. I don't know. And I also have a lectern, so if they had an area where they wanted to read another book, maybe this book can be on this wall, just sitting out. And they have their library, of course. I do have a few more bookshelves, so we'll put some of those in. Now, I don't like how the bookshelves are merging with the rest of this, so what I might do is take out all of this, actually, and make it look like it's just being inset in there, and there's just a bunch of empty shelves. Maybe I should have it switched. Maybe I should put the enchanting table out here and put the lectern over here. And then we can cover this and create a little table. Only the thing is with that is it pushes it way down, so that's not going to look very good. It doesn't look very good with the trapdoors around it, so we're going to have to come up with some other creative way of decorating this. Maybe if we put shelves next to it? Oh, I have an idea. And we can put a couple of plants here, maybe one on either end. And then up here on the wall, we could do maybe another banner. I think it looks good. And then I'm just gonna have the trapdoors just kind of spaced out. I don't really think about using the trapdoors as wall decoration, but that's what they're going to be used for now. Really nice little area. We got our table and our bookshelves. This is probably where they have their big meetings, even though there's only 2 chairs. Some big meeting, huh? With only 2 people attending every time. But, you know, I try. And over here, I kind of changed my mind. I think I do want to add some lights, so let me do that. Alright, the whole building is lit up. It should be completely spawn-proof. I ended up using end rods in this part of the building. I've actually not really used them much as a light source, but I think they look very fantasy, like very elven, because they're very elegant, so I think they work. I also do have a few hidden lights around with the jack-o'-lanterns with a carpet on top, and then I have just some extra carpet sprinkled throughout so it doesn't look so strategic, so it actually looks like it's part of the design, and I think that pretty much finishes up this building. I'm very happy with it. One more thing I need to do in this episode is do a little walkway that comes out here. I haven't decided yet. I might put another building or two here, but I'm not going to do that in this video because I feel like this episode is getting long enough with just this one single building. But we can at least work on the little walkway going over here. So let me go back and get my anvils, or I need to craft a whole lot of anvils actually, so I will be right back. I have a little pathway started. I'm probably going to continue it this way a little bit later. I do want to add something else that you can walk to back here. So it's going to continue this way, and then the railing is just going to be the exact same that we have on the other part, so it's just going to be a bunch of anvils. Oh, this is loud. I'm just going to line this whole edge here with anvils, and then we're going to cover it with the dark oak trapdoors. Or, as I like to refer to them, the chocolate bar trapdoors. And there we go. I did raise it up a little bit, so I think that looks really nice. It does kind of hide the window, I'll bet, when you look at it from a distance, but I think it will work out fine. And then for the rest of this, let's get the slabs going in the right spots and just fill this in. I have 3 different blocks I'm using for this pattern, and I'm just randomly mixing them in. There we go. That looks nice. Now I would like to put some extra greenery and plants. Actually, it would be nice to have flowers planted along back here. I don't have any with me, but for now, what we're gonna do is do some vine work hanging from this railing down to the marketplace below. This is something I've been meaning to do, and I think this is a good time to do it now that I kind of know what I'm doing with this area. So let's just put some vines, maybe coming through here, coming onto this edge, and then just hanging down there. Whoops, I almost fell off. And there I go. There I fell off. And we'll have to get creative with how we stack this. I guess I could do regular vines like those ones, but I don't want them following all the way down, so we'll just manually place them in. Alright, I'm definitely loving how this is looking, and now that I think about it, I still have to add the trees up here, but I'm not gonna do that today. Nope, don't feel like building a tree today, but this is really looking nice. And you walk out here, I did add these few flowers out here, and I can continue that even further once we finish the path. But yes, I am really loving this building. I do have this big blank wall. Maybe we'll have to come up with something to put there too. This one is blank, but it's also a diagonal. I could put some shelves up there perhaps, but it's okay to have some blank space too. I guess that about does it for this episode then. I will definitely have to work on some of these extra buildings off camera because I got too many other things I have planned for the next episode. So I will see you guys again sometime, and have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.